Good morning, students. In this class, we are going to revise some previous topics, that is from chapter 5. Okay, so let us see one by one. First, you have to know once again what is pleiotropy. Pleiotropy. So I have already explained in the live class what is pleiotropy. So let us see the phenomena in which a single gene, the phenomena in which a single gene expressed or you can say so more than one phenotypic effect, or you can say traits, or you can say character, called pleiotropy, and such type of gene is known as pleiotropic gene. Once again, what is pleiotropy? The phenomenon in which a single gene expressed, or you can say so more than one phenotypic effects, or you can say character or traits known as pleiotropy, and the gene that is responsible for this phenomenon known as pleiotropic gene. Let us see example that is given in your NCERT book. Okay, so you can see in case of the disease phenylketonuria, a kind of genetic disorder. Phenylketonuria, a kind of disease found in humans. And in shortcut, phenylketonuria can write PKNU. In case of phenylketonuria, there is a storage of an amino acid known as phenylalanine that causes various harmful effects to the body, and this effect is more than one, so it is such effect is known as pleiotropic, and such type of gene is known as pleiotropic gene. So let us see what happens in case of phenylketonuria and how phenylketonuria an example of the pleiotropy. So the gene responsible for conversion of phenylalanine into tyrosine is present on chromosome number 12. This is the gene and this is the pair of chromosome number 12. And this gene synthesizes an enzyme known as phenylalanine hydroxylase by the process of protein synthesis. You know the enzyme, all enzymes are protein. So this gene synthesizes an enzyme known as phenylalanine hydroxylase, and this enzyme is responsible for conversion of phenylalanine into tyrosine, and the enzyme is here phenylalanine hydroxylase. This enzyme works here, but when mutation takes place in this enzyme, there is no conversion of phenylalanine into tyrosine. As a result, there is accumulation of phenylalanine in the human body. When mutation takes place in the enzyme, then phenylalanine unable to convert into tyrosine, and there is accumulation of phenylalanine in the human body. Okay, accumulation of phenylalanine in the human body. Accumulation is, you can say, accumulation of phenylalanine in the human body, and that cause the various phenotypic effects, and it cause the three phenotypic effects. The first one is the mental retardation. Second one is reduction of hair. And third one is skin pigmentation. So you can see when the single gene become mutated, that gene responsible for conversion of phenylalanine into tyrosine. There is accumulation of the enzyme, there is accumulation of the phenylalanine, and this phenylalanine cause the three phenotypic effects. The first one is the mental retardation, second one is the you can say reduction of hair, and third one is the skin pigmentation. So you can see there are three phenotypic effects. So you can say phenylketonuria an example of pleiotropic, because in human body due to phenotypic you can say due to mutation of the gene that is responsible for synthesis of phenylalanine hydroxylase, phenylalanine accumulated in the human body, and that cause the three phenotypic effect. So when more than one phenotypic effect shown by the single gene, this phenomena is known as pleiotropic, and such type of gene is known as pleiotropic gene. So here the phenomena is pleiotropic, and the gene that is responsible for the synthesis of this enzyme is an example of pleiotropic gene. So let us see second one, polygenic inheritance. Polygenic inheritance. Okay. Once again, this is also a new topic in your NCERT book. You have to read well. It is given on page number 34 in your NCERT book. Polygenic inheritance. Polygenic inheritance. Polygenic inheritance. So you have to know first the meaning of this word. Poly means many. Okay, genic means gene, and inheritance means transfer, or you can say inheritance means transfer. Inheritance means transfer. So what is polygenic inheritance? The phenomena in which a single phenotypic effect shown by more than one gene is known as the polygenic inheritance. So you can see definition on the board. It is already explained. The phenomena in which a single phenotypic effect expressed by more than one genes. In most of the cases, a single gene expresses one character only, but in this case, more than one gene express the same phenotypic effect. This phenomenon is known as polygenic inheritance. The phenomena in which a single phenotypic effect shown by more than one genes is called polygenic inheritance. It's called polygenic inheritance. Okay, so you can see difference here. You can differentiate also. Suppose that there is a single gene. This is a single gene, and this gene shows phenotypic effect 1, phenotypic effect 2, phenotypic effect 3. Like in case of phenylketonuria, the first one is mental retardation. Second one is reduction of hair in case of phenylketonuria, and third one is the skin pigmentation. So this is an example of pleiotropic. But see, when more than one gene, suppose that gene 1, gene 2, gene 3 express the same phenotypic effect, only one phenotypic effect, this phenomena is known as polygenic inheritance. So you can say both are opposite processes. In case of pleiotropic, a single gene expresses more than one phenotypic effect, but in case of polygenic inheritance, more than one gene expresses only one phenotypic effect. So let us see the example of polygenic inheritance in case of humans. The best example is human skin color. In case of humans, there are 5 phenotypes are available on the basis of human skin color. Human skin color. Example of polygenic reagents. Example is human skin color. Human skin color. So there are 5 types of phenotypes found in human skin color. The first one is negro. Okay, first one is negro. Second one is black. Okay, third one is intermediate. Third one is intermediate. Fourth one is white. And last one is light. Okay, but this human skin color controlled by many things, but trait is same, the skin color. So this is example of polygenic reagents. Okay, so let us see example that is given in your NCERT book. So you can explain by using Mendel's law of inheritance by using dihybrid cross. Suppose that you have parental generation. Parental generation. So you can write there P1 and P2. Okay, and then phenotype. So phenotype you will take the first 2 out of 5. The first 2 is what? First you will take negro and last you will take white. No, you will take light. Okay, light. Then negro you will take white. White you will take, okay, light and white. Negro is the darker than black. Here phenotype is, you can take A and B and B. And here phenotype is small a, small a, small b and small b. Now let us go for the F1 gametes. That means first generation gametes. So this parent will produce gene gametes A and B, and this parent will produce gamete small a and small b. Correct? This parent will produce gamete capital A, capital B, and this parent will produce gamete small a and small b. Now let us go for the first generation progeny. For the first generation progeny, you will combine these two gametes and you will get capital A small a, capital B small b. This is the F1 progeny, and there will be negro because this is the dominant negro. You will again selfing will take place. So again capital A small a, capital B small b. Again it will be negro. Okay. So this parent will produce 4 types of gametes according to 2 power n. This parent also produce 4 types of gametes in the F2 generation, that is second generation gametes. So this parent will produce 4 types of gametes, and the gametes will be, first one will be capital A, capital B, second one capital A, small b, third one small a, capital B, and fourth one small a, small b. Now it will also produce 4 types of gametes that are the same type, capital A, capital B, capital A, small b, small a, capital B, fourth one small a, small b. Let us go for F2 generation progeny and their phenotypes. So you will get total 16 combination. Out of 16, okay, you will find the 5 phenotypes, and different genes control the same trait, that is human skin color. So you will make the unit square for the second generation progenies, and you can easily find there are 5 phenotypes are found on the basis of human skin color. Okay, so make unit square, and here you will write male and here female. Then you will put the gametes. Then you will combine the male gamete with the female gamete. Okay, so first of all you will make the unit square. Then put the gamete. The first gamete is capital A, capital B. Second one capital A, small b. Third one is small a, capital B. Fourth one is small a, small b. Let us see here again the same capital A, capital B, capital A, small b. Third one small a, capital B. Fourth one small a, small b. Let us will combine. So when you will combine this capital A, capital B, capital B, and here capital A, capital A, capital B, small b. Here capital A, small a, capital B, small b. And in fourth one, capital A, small a, capital B, small b. In this case, capital A, capital A, capital B, small b. Okay? In this case, capital A, capital A, small b, small b. In this case, capital A, small a. Okay? Capital B, small b. Here, capital A, small a, small b, small b. Let us third row. You will go for third row. So again, capital A, small a, capital B, capital B. Next one, capital A, small a, capital B, small b. Next one, small a, capital B, capital B. Next, small a, capital B, small b. Next row and last, that is capital A, small a, capital B, small b. Next, capital A, small a, capital A, small b, small b. Next, small a, capital B, small b. And last one, small a, small b, small b. So let us see out of 16 combinations. Okay, when all dominant gene, then phenotype will be black. Let us see when all genes are dominant, then phenotype will be negro. Then phenotype will be negro. First case. Second case, when three dominant gene, then phenotype will be black. Okay? And when two dominant gene, then phenotype will be intermediate. Then phenotype will be intermediate. When only one dominant gene, then phenotype will be light. And when on all recessive, then phenotype will be white. That's why in the previous I have taken negro and white, because negro all capital and in the negro all capital, okay, and in the white all small. So let us see next one. So you will find out the out of 16 combinations. Okay, so all capital, so it will be negro and okay. Next, see here three are dominant. It will be black. And in this case, three dominant again, it is black. Okay. In this case, two dominant, so it will be intermediate, I. In this case, three dominant, then it is again black. Okay. In this case, two dominant, it will be, two dominant means what? Intermediate. See that this. And here two dominant again, intermediate. In this case, only one dominant, so only one dominant, that is light. In this case, three dominant, then it is black, B. In this case, two dominant, then it is intermediate. In this case, two dominant, again it is intermediate. In this case, only one dominant, it is light. Okay? In this case, two dominant, that is intermediate. In this case, only one dominant, that is light. In this case, only one dominant, that is light, and this is white. So you can see out of 16 combinations, okay, all the genes control the same trait, that is human skin color. So you can say human skin color an example of polygenic inheritance. Once again, you have to recall what is polygenic inheritance, the phenomena in which more than one gene, here 16 genes are available, 16 combinations are available. So the phenomena in which more than one genes control the same phenotypic effect is known as polygenic inheritance. Okay. Example, human skin color. Let us see next. One question it is given in your sample paper. So you have to solve how many meiotic events takes place in the development of 76 seeds. You can write question also. It is given in the latest question sample paper. How many meiotic divisions occurs in the development or you can say formation of development of 76 seeds. So let us see the answer of this question. This question is very important and this is the latest one for 12 CBSE biology. So let us see answer. You know 76 seeds. 76 seeds require 76 embryos, correct? And this embryo requires 76 male gametes. 76 male gametes and 76 female gametes. Okay? 76 male gametes, 76 female gametes. You know, male gamete produced from the cell that is known as microspore mother cell. And this microspore mother cell give 4 male gametes and all are viable. So when one microspore mother cell will give 4 male gametes, to further 76 male gametes, okay, so you can say total 19 into 4. So 19 microspore mother cell will give how many? 76 male gametes. Okay? 19 meiotic division will take place in this case. 19 meiotic division takes place in the synthesis of 76 male gametes. 19. Now come to the here. Okay, you know ovule produced from female and produced from megaspore mother cell, and each megaspore mother cell on after meiotic division give only one egg, or you can say female gamete. To form the 76 seeds, it requires 76 megaspore mother cell to give 76 what? Egg. So total meiotic division takes place in the formation of female gamete is 76 and here 19. So total meiotic division will be 19 plus 76. Answer will be 95. Once again, how 95? Because in the development of 76 male gametes, it requires 19 microspore mother cell to develop 76 male gametes. Okay, so 19 meiotic division will take place in the development of 76 male gametes, and in this case, you know, one megaspore mother cell will give only one egg. So for the 76 eggs, it requires 76 megaspore mother cell. That means it requires 76 meiosis division. So total meiotic division will take place in the development of 76 seeds are. So you can see 19 plus 76, answer is 95. 19 during the formation of male gametes and 76 during the formation of female gamete. Total answer will be 95. So this is all about the previous topics. Okay, in the next class we will discuss about the sex determination on the live class. Thank you.